As we grow older, many changes happen in our lives, some of which we may not notice until they've already made an impact. It's easy to fall into certain patterns or habits that, over time, can influence our relationships, self-esteem, and general well-being. These behaviors may creep into our daily routines so gradually that we don't even realize they are affecting us. In this video, we will discuss some of these subtle shifts that often go unnoticed by older adults. And by recognizing them, you can take proactive steps to enhance your quality of life and maintain deeper connections with those around you. Stick with us until the end to learn how to age gracefully while avoiding these common pitfalls. Before we dive in, I'd love it if you could give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. Your support allows me to continue creating content that highlights the lessons of aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Also, feel free to leave a comment. If you agree with the points, comment with "healthy life" or "unhealthy" if you disagree. Your feedback is valuable and helps me create even better content for you. Now, let's get started. First, let's talk about how personal appearance can sometimes take a back seat as we get older. As life becomes busier, many older individuals may neglect their grooming habits without even realizing it. Small changes like skipping haircuts or letting hairstyles grow unruly can start to give off an impression of neglect. Hair, which for many is seen as a key part of their identity, may lose its luster or shape, making someone appear less vibrant. Similarly, when skincare routines are overlooked, the skin, which naturally changes with age, can become dry and dull. The importance of moisturizing, using sunscreen, or treating age spots may be forgotten, leaving a person feeling disconnected from their own reflection. Nails are another area that often gets neglected, yet they play a role in presenting a polished appearance. Unkempt nails can send a message of disinterest, which can affect how others perceive us. Clothing choices can also shift, with many older adults opting for comfort over style, leading to outfits that may feel outdated or ill-fitting. While comfort is certainly important, clothing that lacks a sense of personal style can reflect a disengagement with the world, further contributing to a sense of being disconnected. These small shifts, over time, can significantly impact how an individual presents themselves in both social and professional environments. Taking care of one's appearance isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect. It fosters confidence and helps improve interactions with others. When a person feels good about how they look, it often boosts their engagement with life, making it easier to maintain positive relationships and enjoy meaningful connections. The gradual decline in grooming habits often goes unnoticed, but when it does become apparent, it can be a shocking realization. To combat this, staying mindful of simple grooming practices, like regular haircuts, moisturizing, and choosing clothes that reflect who you are, can make a world of difference in how you feel and how others perceive you. Next, as we age, there's a tendency to become more set in our ways. Aging brings a comfort in routine, and sometimes it leads to a reluctance to try new things. This tendency to prefer stability over exploration can close us off to new experiences and ideas. Our opinions become firmer, and we may become less open to changing our views. What once seemed exciting or adventurous can start to feel intimidating, leading us to retreat into familiar patterns. This fixed mindset can particularly affect relationships with younger generations, who may bring fresh perspectives and ideas. When we stop being open to new ways of thinking, it becomes harder to maintain meaningful connections, and we might find ourselves missing out on the exciting, evolving world around us. Social interactions can become difficult when we resist engaging with others on topics that challenge our beliefs. This tendency may create barriers, making it harder to empathize with those who have different experiences and viewpoints. As time goes on, this rigidity can lead to a sense of isolation, as friends and family might grow frustrated with the lack of willingness to try new things. The key to combating this is staying curious and open, seeking opportunities to grow, whether through engaging with younger people, Participating in new activities, or simply embracing change in everyday life, can break us free from the trap of becoming too rigid. The world is constantly changing, and remaining open to learning new things can enrich your life and keep relationships vibrant. Another common mistake that many older adults make is oversharing health issues. As we age, health problems naturally become more frequent, and it's only natural to want to share these experiences with friends and family. We seek understanding, support, and empathy, especially when facing a new diagnosis or ongoing health struggles. However, it's important to recognize that constantly focusing on health-related issues can sometimes have unintended consequences. While it's important to discuss serious health matters, constantly talking about minor ailments, appointments, or medications can create a negative atmosphere in social settings. This can overwhelm friends and family, making them feel helpless or frustrated. In these cases, the conversation might shift from uplifting and joyful to one centered on discomfort and concern, which can drain the energy of those around us. Instead of letting health discussions dominate every interaction, try to strike a balance. Share important health information when necessary, but also make space for lighter conversations about happy memories, hobbies, or future plans. This way, you create an environment that fosters connection and support without overshadowing the positive aspects of your relationships. By maintaining this balance, you can ensure that your interactions remain meaningful and uplifting for both you and those you care about. In summary, as we age, certain behaviors can creep into our lives without us realizing it. By staying mindful of how we present ourselves, remaining open to new experiences, and finding a healthy balance in conversations, we can maintain meaningful connections with others and continue to live fulfilling lives. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up on growth or joy. It's about recognizing these subtle shifts and taking proactive steps to navigate them. Stay aware of these common pitfalls, and you'll find that growing older doesn't have to be a negative experience. Instead, it can be a time of continued vitality, engagement, and connection. As we grow older, it's common to want to share our experiences and seek support from others. Yet, it's crucial to find a balance in these conversations, ensuring they stay healthy and positive. By being mindful of how we communicate, we can create an environment where everyone feels heard and valued, allowing for meaningful interactions that enhance relationships and bring people closer together. One of the more subtle challenges many older individuals face is the tendency to become overly critical, especially toward younger generations. Over time, we accumulate knowledge and life experiences, which naturally shape our views on life. However, this vast pool of wisdom can sometimes lead to the inadvertent habit of criticizing the choices, habits, or attitudes of younger people. It's easy to see how these criticisms, particularly around technology, lifestyle, or work ethic, can arise from a place of concern or nostalgia for how things were in the past. Still, what may seem like offering guidance can often come across as harsh, dismissive, or unappreciative. For example, when older adults criticize how younger people use technology or the internet, it can create unnecessary tension. These judgments might be perceived as a lack of trust or understanding, especially when younger individuals are simply navigating a different set of challenges in a world that is rapidly changing. The constant critique can strain relationships, particularly within families, as younger generations may begin to feel alienated or misunderstood. Instead of expressing disapproval, it might be more beneficial to approach these differences with curiosity. Asking questions and understanding the reasoning behind someone's choices can foster more meaningful connections and prevent unnecessary friction. Patience is another quality that can become more challenging as we age. The pressures of life and the rapid pace of technology can leave older adults feeling overwhelmed. Tasks that once felt simple, such as setting up a new device or dealing with an online platform, can suddenly seem daunting or frustrating. Similarly, Everyday situations like waiting in line or dealing with slow service may trigger impatience. This impatience can extend into conversations as well. Older adults may struggle to keep up with the fast-paced communication of younger generations, leading to misunderstandings and short tempers. It's important to recognize that these feelings of impatience often stem from the discomfort of adjusting to a world that feels unfamiliar. However, this impatience can unintentionally alienate those we care about. Short, curt responses may lead to awkward silences or hurt feelings, and the person on the receiving end may feel disconnected or undervalued. Recognizing this shift in temperament and working to manage it can help restore harmony in relationships. Practices such as mindfulness and taking time to relax can go a long way in cultivating patience and improving communication. Acknowledging when impatience is creeping in and making a conscious effort to remain calm can lead to deeper, more fulfilling connections. Mental health is another area that often gets overlooked as we age. Physical health is typically the focal point in later years, but emotional well-being is just as crucial. Unfortunately, many older adults dismiss feelings of anxiety, depression, or loneliness, mistakenly assuming these are just a natural part of aging. This misconception can have severe consequences, including social isolation, cognitive decline, and a diminished quality of life. Recognizing the signs of mental health struggles early on is vital. Persistent sadness, changes in sleep or appetite, or a loss of interest in activities are all indicators that something may be wrong. When these feelings are ignored, they can spiral into more severe issues, including withdrawal from social circles and difficulty maintaining relationships. It's essential to address these concerns with the same urgency as physical health. Seeking support from a mental health professional or simply engaging in social activities can significantly improve emotional well-being. Connecting with family and friends, joining groups, or even taking part in community activities can provide a supportive environment that nurtures mental health. Finally, many older adults unintentionally talk down to younger people, even when their intentions are good. The desire to pass on wisdom or offer advice is natural, but it's essential to be mindful of how our words are received. Phrases like, "in my day," or "you don't understand," can easily come across as condescending, leading to feelings of frustration or resentment. Instead of positioning ourselves as the authority on all things, we should aim to engage in a dialogue that values the perspectives of both generations. Understanding that younger people are facing unique challenges and making decisions based on their own circumstances can help build mutual respect and appreciation. As we move through life, it's easy to fall into these habits, being overly critical, impatient, dismissive of mental health, or condescending toward younger generations. However, with self-awareness and a commitment to fostering healthy, positive relationships, we can overcome these tendencies and build deeper connections with those around us. By embracing the opportunity to learn from each other, supporting one another's emotional well-being, and communicating with respect, we can create an environment that nurtures growth, understanding, and joy. There are certain things we say that, while intended to offer advice or share experience, can sometimes be perceived in ways we never intended. Phrases like, "you don't know how easy you have it," or "it might seem harmless," often come across as dismissive, especially when they are said by someone older. These statements, though not meant to hurt, can undermine younger people by making them feel as though their struggles and opinions are being dismissed. The truth is, these words can often carry a tone that feels condescending, even if that wasn't the intention. It's important to recognize that, as we grow older, we may unintentionally invalidate the experiences of younger generations. Older individuals may not always be aware of how their words can affect younger people. While they may simply be trying to impart wisdom based on their own experiences, the impact of those words can feel quite the opposite. Young people may feel as if their challenges are overlooked, or that their views are unimportant. This dynamic creates a barrier in communication, causing frustration and a sense of disconnection instead of the intended bond. When younger people feel spoken down to, they are less likely to engage in open conversation or share their thoughts freely. The idea that their opinions aren't valued might lead them to withdraw rather than speak up, stifling the very dialogue that could lead to understanding. This, in turn, perpetuates a cycle where generations remain misunderstood and disconnected. It's crucial to remember that every generation faces its own set of challenges. While the context may differ from what came before, the struggles and aspirations of younger individuals are just as real and valid as those of older generations. To bridge the gap between the generations, older individuals can embrace a more empathetic approach, ensuring their words encourage respect and open conversation. Rather than framing their experiences as superior, sharing stories that highlight shared values or recognizing differing circumstances can create a more inclusive atmosphere. By doing so, we can help foster understanding and connection rather than division. When we take a step back and rethink how we communicate, we can create an environment where both generations feel heard and respected. It's this shift in perspective that not only improves our relationships, but also helps build a stronger sense of community. The power of empathetic dialogue is immense. It can enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. By being mindful of the words we use and being open to learning from each other, we can create an atmosphere of mutual respect, understanding, and growth. As we age, we often experience changes in our physical capabilities, which can have a profound effect on our social life. For many older individuals, the decline in mobility means that their routine and daily activities shift, sometimes leaving them more isolated. Simple tasks that once felt effortless can become overwhelming, and social gatherings might no longer seem as appealing when they require physical exertion or navigating unfamiliar spaces. This withdrawal from social life can stem from physical limitations, but it can also be rooted in a desire for comfort and familiarity, which often leads to avoiding new experiences or staying at home more. However, it's important to recognize the negative effects this isolation can have on mental and emotional well-being. The lack of social interaction can lead to feelings of loneliness, which over time can affect cognitive function and emotional health. Regular interaction with others plays a key role in keeping both the mind and spirit strong. The joy of shared conversations, laughter, and simply being around others is essential nourishment for the soul. To combat this isolation, it's vital for older individuals to actively seek out social opportunities, even if they feel hesitant. Participating in community events, joining clubs or interest groups, or making regular contact with friends and family can help keep loneliness at bay. Technology can also play a role. Virtual meetings and online communities can make it easier to stay connected despite physical limitations. Additionally, caregivers and loved ones should encourage older individuals to remain socially engaged, recognizing the signs of withdrawal and creating opportunities for connection. Social interaction is not just a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining good health and happiness. When we understand that isolation can have serious emotional consequences, we can take steps to maintain a healthy, engaged lifestyle. Even simple actions like reaching out to someone for a phone call or making plans to join a local event can drastically improve well-being. Fostering social connections, whether in person or online, can help maintain emotional resilience, prevent mental health decline, and create a support system that combats loneliness. It's easy for older adults to fall into the trap of holding grudges or lingering on past misunderstandings. Over time, we may find ourselves more focused on our grievances, letting them build up until they turn into barriers that prevent us from fully engaging with others. But holding on to past hurts or allowing resentment to fester only adds to the emotional burden of isolation. Recognizing this tendency and addressing it head-on can prevent it from taking a toll on our relationships and mental health. By choosing to forgive, let go, and embrace positive connections, we make space for joy, personal growth, and mutual support. Ultimately, every stage of life offers us a chance to learn and grow. both on our own and with the people around us. Whether we are navigating challenges or reflecting on how we relate to others, we have the opportunity to make meaningful changes that can improve not only our own lives, but the lives of those in our communities. Aging is not a process of withdrawal. It is a chance to contribute in new ways and to forge deeper connections. So, if you're still with me, I want to take a moment to thank you for investing your time in this video. Every journey of self-improvement begins with awareness, and today, you've taken a step forward in understanding how certain behaviors can affect relationships and well-being. If you found these insights valuable, let me know in the comments below. What stood out to you most? And how do you plan to incorporate these lessons into your daily life? Remember, the journey of aging is one we all share, and we can make it a fulfilling, vibrant experience if we embrace it with positivity and a willingness to grow. So, don't just watch and move on. Let's continue this journey together. Stay tuned for more inspiring content, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Together, we can make every year of life a meaningful one. Thanks for being part of our community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.